Andre Pallante, he's playing for a job right now.
Yeah, he really is. In his last start against the Reds, he went 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs. He gave up the home run. This is what he's going to attack you with. That 4-seam fastball, likes the slider, knuckle curve. 4-pitch guy that really has to find his spots, has to have command.
Jung-Hoo Lee, who had a 4-hit game yesterday. Lee, bouncing ball off the glove of Thomas Saggese, and it becomes what I would imagine to be a reach on an error. But Devers is retired 4-3, and that'll bring up Adames. Oh, look out!
Whoa.
And Adames appears to be just fine.
You know, not any intent at all there in that situation. Ball just got away.
2 balls and 2 strikes with Lee at second, Adames at first. And Smith, bouncing ball on the ground, backhanded by Saggese. The flip for 1 on to first for an inning double play. And the thread passes. The Cardinals coming to bat. Justin Verlander towing the rubber for the Giants. You look at the record a couple of weeks ago, EK, and it was gaudy, 1-10. But he seems to get better and better later in the season, and he's certainly pitching that way.
No balls, 2 strikes on Nootbaar.
Bars Nootbaar lines one up the middle for a leadoff single.
Herrera is out number 1 with Nolan Gorman coming up.
Payoff from Verlander. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Gorman is put away.
Verlander does it with that staple 4-seam fastball.
Verlander from the stretch, and the pitch for Mason Wynn.
Verlander going for the punch out. It's a pop fly from Wynn, and that will end the inning as Devers makes the catch.
Andre Pallante, 144 innings pitched this year. Coming into tonight, he's hit 3 batters, and he's plunked 2 Giants now in the first inning plus.
Pallante with the pitch. A swing and a miss. For the 4th time in the series, Casey Schmidt has struck out.
Gilbert with a hard ground ball to second. Saggese getting a workout over there, and he turns another double play. Back-to-back innings. The Giants are retired by way of a double play. 1 pitch, 1 out. Fly ball to right from Saggese, curling towards the line, and it's caught! Juggled and caught by Drew Gilbert against the fence. How did he hang on to this?
You know, this is huge right now. 3 pitches so far, 2 outs, and this is after you mentioned a 24-pitch first inning. We got to remember, he's coming off that last start. He threw 5 innings, but 121 pitches. That's the most he's thrown in a game since 2018.
Looks like he might get another quick out here. Schmidt spins and throws in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Verlander. Only 5 pitches needed. So with 2 gone, lineup turns over. Here's Jung-Hoo Lee, and he smacks this one the other way to keep the inning going. And Devers draws a 2-out walk. A 2-out rally brewing here for San Francisco, and that brings Adames to the plate. And a breaking ball kicks away from Crooks behind the plate, and both runners will advance. The Giants are set up second and third, and Pallante worked himself out of the jam. Strike 3. Adames knew it, and the inning is over.
And that was a pretty good bunt. Verlander handles it and gets another 1-pitch out. Fermin now.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fermin down on strikes. Second K for Verlander. As Nootbaar pops this up in foul ground. Bailey with the mask off gives way to Chapman, and the inning is over. 9 straight retired by Verlander after giving up the leadoff single to Nootbaar.
Giants have had a couple of innings, though, in which they've put a runner in scoring position. Yet to break through, though, against Pallante as Dom Smith on the first pitch lines it out into center field for a base hit. Smith not waiting around. Picks up the Giants' second hit of the night.
That's 3 straight innings. The Giants been able to get that leadoff runner on. Haven't been able to bring him around, but 3rd time's a charm.
So now Chapman hit by a pitch back into second.
Here's Chapman, the high chop up the middle, and it finds a hole. Dominic Smith going to go first to third. Here comes the throw. It's well off target, and Chapman will advance to second.
Victor Scott, this is a bad play right here. There is nothing at third base. There's no play, no attempt, but by doing that, he allows Chapman just to roll into second base. You know, now you've got 2 in scoring position, no double play in order.
Schmidt 2 for 5 yesterday with a double. In the air from Schmidt to center field. Should get a run home. Scott makes the catch. Smith tags and comes home for the opening run. Chapman gets to third, and the Giants lead 1-0.
A good at bat by Schmidt.
And that extra base comes back to bite the Cardinals.
Now the infield has to play in.
That's right.
First pitch swinging for Drew Gilbert, and he puts this into left field for a base hit. Chapman will score. Gilbert to second with an RBI double, and it's 2-0 San Francisco.
He's done nothing but just hit, drive the ball, playing good deep. really gotten on a hot stretch here these last 5-6 games.
Gorman had a long at-bat in the first inning, ultimately struck out.
Gorman strikes out for the second time tonight.
Watch out. Oops.
There we go.
That ball.
I don't think that was by accident.
No, it wasn't. Mason Wynn was hit.
Not headhunting, and Mason Wynn's, he chuckled a little bit. He knew that was coming. He's shaking his head, but that's a veteran taking care of his boys right there. 2 outs, nobody on.
And that brings in Jimmy Crooks as the tying run. So I don't really blame the Giants for doing that. 1-1 the count to Crooks. He has a homer already, and he grounds that one. Oh, right underneath the legs of the first baseman and into right field. So Crooks is going to reach base, and on the third is Mason Wynn, and the Cardinals may have something going here in the bottom of the 4th inning. After the hit by pitch, Crooks is aboard. That should be an error on the first baseman, Devers, and he's over there saying, I told you I didn't want to play first base.
Tying run is aboard, and Thomas Saggese. Ground ball to short. Adames is there. He'll go the short way, and the inning is over. 4 complete. Giants with the lead. So with Walker gone, here's Scott. And he fights this one off and dunks it into left with a second hit of the night for the Cardinals. A 1-out single for Victor Scott II. If Scott is put into motion. Broken bat flare. That drops for a base hit. Scott will stop at second, but it's back-to-back hits for St. Louis. Soft contact in a rally building for St. Louis as Nootbaar will bat. Both runners go. Bailey throws to third in time to nail Victor Scott. We told you about Bailey's arm, and he shows it off once again.
Baseball standpoint, just not a real intelligent play. And that's 2 we've seen tonight from Victor Scott. Base running and then out in center field.
Verlander with a payoff, grounded up the middle. Adames charges, fields, and throws, inning over. And just as quickly as that threat appeared, it disappears for the Cardinals.
There's 2 gone now with Drew Gilbert coming up.
His double drove in the second run in the 4th inning. That was Matt Chapman, who's the runner at third right now.
This gets all the way to the backstop, kicks back. Chapman's in no man's land, and he's in a rundown. And he'll be thrown out. A fortunate break for the Cardinals, and the inning is over. 77 pitches for Verlander.
Here's his 0-2. And it is strike 3 called.
And for Verlander, career strikeout number 3,534, now tied with Gaylord Perry for the 8th most in baseball history.
Verlander's feeling real good with his command tonight.
That's strike 3 at the knees. Gorman is rung up. And now Verlander stands alone with the 8th most strikeouts in baseball history.
Let's get this ball out of the game, right?
Verlander through 5 2/3 scoreless, looking to strike out the side. Got him swinging. Verlander strikes out the side, and he is through 6 scoreless here in St. Louis. Back-to-back singles to start the night for St. Louis, and the tying run is aboard. It's the 15th Major League plate appearance for Crooks, and he gets plunked. Bases are loaded, nobody out. With an opportunity here for St. Louis. Struggling for offense mightily. Saggese up the middle. That will fall for a base hit. Gorman in to score. Wynn stops at third, and the tying run is 90 feet away for St. Louis.
And Jordan Walker is up, and oh, what a time to break out of an 0 for 25.
Still nobody out. And Walker